do it. No matter. That's what I'm saying. If you're in that thing with the view and you make the video go right, you see what the system is sound is and logo. Then you'll know you got sound. Right now I'm seeing little bars. Yeah. Like if you do it here, you see at the waves. They're like gray waves emanate from the center of the logo. Like it's like, oh. All right, guys. Pray for legacy. Water? How you doing? Good. How you been? Good. My lawnmower needs fixed. No. That's nice, Lord, here comes your buddy.
Bars. Puncher. Lemon. Ball. You really don't like it.
Yeah, yeah. She should be on this side anyway. So when I get out there, I'll just do one quick check. Okay, that's all I'll say is check. And then that's it.
Here's the Obama. They might be lying.
Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. No, not yet.
be starting to. They're coming. Hey. They're by the back door.
Check. Check. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the commencement exercises for the Hampton Bays High School class of 2019. My name is Rich Berglund, and tonight I will graciously act as your guide and narrator for the procession that will very soon enter this tent, thus marking the beginning of tonight's events. Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin, please note that the aisleways must remain clear as a safe passageway in the unlikely event of an emergency. Please take notice of our school safety team led by Mr. John Moran. This team is serving as marshals for tonight's ceremony. We appreciate your cooperation with any special requests they make to ensure your safety and comfort during tonight's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, for your comfort and convenience, professional photographers from Life Touch Studios are with us today. All graduates will be photographed receiving their diploma, and candid shots will be taken as well. Parents and loved ones, we ask that you please do not crowd the aisleways to get that special shot. This will help keep our aisles safe and will prevent blocking the view of our other special guests. Additionally, we welcome Southampton Town Television, who is filming tonight's commencement exercises. This summer, you can relive tonight's ceremony on Channel 22. Ladies and gentlemen, as we approach 6:30, please note that the processional is beginning to assemble at the entrance to the high school gymnasium. Leading today's processional will be the graduation candidates of Hampton Bays High School. The students will march to the entrance of the tent and then turn to the center line, thus acting as honor guards for our distinguished guests. Leading the class of 2019 and carrying the school mace is Midori Villacorta, Senior Class President. Leading the graduates on your right is Christina Colton, the Valedictorian of the class of 2019. And leading the graduates on your left is Ava Bianchi, the Salutatorian of the class of 2019.
They're gonna have, it's not gonna happen.
Right over there.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I direct your attention to the entrance of the tent and introduce you to, from our high school, Mr. Eric Ferraro and our honorable high school faculty.
doing? What are you doing? I saw that.
We have a seat for you when you're ready.
From our middle school, Mr. Dennis Shub, Mrs. Diane Fox, and our prestigious middle school faculty. From the Hampton Bays Elementary School, Mr. Mark Meyer, Mr. Richard Triandafils, and our esteemed elementary school faculty. Our district leadership, Denise Sullivan, Larry Luce, Mark Pagano, and Drew Walker. Our Board of Education, Kevin Springer, Rich Johnson, Liz Scully, Doc Capuano, and Ann Collane. Miss Jennifer Garvey honored Hampton Bays alumnus, class of 1999, and today's commencement speaker. And finally, Morris Clemenson, Superintendent of Schools, and Christopher Richard, High School Principal and Master of Ceremonies.
Moses did that.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, to the familiar refrain of Pomp and Circumstance, performed by our Hampton Bays High School and Alumni Symphonic Band. It is my pleasure to present to you the Hampton Bays High School class of 2019. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud and honored to introduce you to the esteemed principal of the Hampton Bays High School, Mr. Chris Richard.
Thank you, Mr. Bergman. Please be seated. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Christopher Richard, and it is my honor to serve as the principal here at Hampton Bays High School. On behalf of the Board of Education, administration, faculty, staff, our guests, and of course the class of 2019, I welcome you to the commencement exercises of the Hampton Bays Union Free School District. Ladies and gentlemen, before I continue with the formal program, I must take care of a few housekeeping chores. Exits from the tent are marked to the right, left, and the rear. Refreshments, especially water, are available at the PTSA tent located adjacent to the high school. Restrooms are also available in the high school, as well as a live stream of this event in the air-conditioned auditorium, should you need it. By New York State law, there is no smoking anywhere on school grounds. We also ask that photographers refrain from blocking the view of others. Aisleways must be kept clear for the comfort and safety of our guests. Please silence all electronic communication devices at this time. And as Mr. Bergman announced, we have with us professional photographers and a film crew from Southampton Town Public Television. Photos and video will be available for all graduates this summer. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as we welcome and call upon the American Legion Hand Aldridge Post 924 Honor Guard to present the colors. That Domenica Pencil III, the third ranking member of the class of 2019, leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance. And please remain standing as Ava Bianchi leads us in the singing of the national anthem.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
proudly leading at the twilight's last gleam. Bright stars through the pale moonlit sky. For the ramparts we watched were so gallant, and the rockets spread the land, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was true. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you to members of the American Legion Handholders Post number 924. Please remain standing as the color guard retires the colors. Thank you, Dami, and thank you, Ava. Please be seated. Now, please turn your attention to those seated behind me. In addition to the distinguished school leadership team and dedicated Board of Education, please welcome our honored guest, commencement speaker and class of 1999 Hampton Bays alumna, Ms. Jennifer Gardy. Seated on the risers behind me are the members of the faculty from our three schools. In most cases, these teachers have influenced the learning lives of our graduates since kindergarten, and we are appreciative of their presence here today. I ask these faculty members to stand as their names are called and remain standing until all have been recognized. Please hold your applause until then. Hampton Bays Elementary School, Wendy Alberti, June Eaton, John Foster, Marianne Pendlebury, Katie Palmieri, and Mary Beth Mose. Hampton Bays Middle School, Amanda Catalano, Lauren DeBramo, Lucy Dabrowski, Kathy Dayton, Tony Daciano, Laura Fitzgibbon, Emily Gross, Kevin Singh, Samantha Reynolds, Jeannie Poland, Marianne Pendlebury, Kevin O'Toole, Jessica Mills, Samantha Haney, Carol Ann Mazer, Megan Metzger, Kristen Weber, Amy Spinelli, and Martina Sokol. From Hampton Bays High School, Ed Bauman, Keegan Bishop, Michael Carlson, Jennifer DiStefano, Tara Dietz, Christina Fassini, Stephanie Forsberg, Andy Fotopoulos, Michelle Marone, Melba Martinez, Yoeli Vargas, Heather Turnbull, Edith Cunning, Christy Stevens, Jackie Rossi, Brittany Richter, Marie Perez, Felipe Perez, Amy Meyer, Larry White, and Nicole Vincent. Seated with our band, Jennifer Halsey and Deborah Lisa. One more special round of applause for Miss Lisa, who's graduating with you all today. Seated with our students, Carla Pensa, Senior Class Advisor Mary Beth Valenti. Katie Drohan. And school counselors Tom Little and Angela Bear. These faculty members have guided these students to this point in time as high school graduates. Please join the class of 2019 in a well-deserved round of applause for these educators. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasure to introduce Midori Delacorta, the president of the class of 2019.
Good evening. I would like to begin by welcoming and thanking the Board of Education, our Superintendent, Mr. Commencement, members of the district leadership team, faculty, staff, guests, and most importantly, the class of 2019. No welcome would be complete for me without recognizing my mom, dad, and family for all the support, from fundraisers to support at home. Thank you. Our class advisors, Ms. Valenti and Mr. Berger, for helping us coordinate fundraisers, plan prom, and staying late with us during class. Thank you to Drew and Celeste for being very motivating coaches and role models for me throughout my high school career. Lastly, I want to thank all my friends, you know who you are, and for making my senior year unforgettable and memorable. Now, another big welcome to the class of 2019. Thank you very much for being here today to celebrate us. With that, I'm going to direct my comments directly to the class of 2019. I want to thank you all. Even though we weren't the most motivated or organized crew, we always came together and got it done. I've learned anything from you guys is that procrastination isn't always a bad thing. I'm here today to talk about new beginnings. As a class, we tend to come together at moments that really matter. The first new beginning, for most of us, was when we began in preschool or kindergarten. My new beginning in Hampton Bay started when I moved here in the 3rd grade. Mr. Unknown's class. Here I made my first friend in this new school, Ava. She showed me the ropes of how to navigate public school. As a class, we read our first chapter books, learned ballroom dancing, participated in field days, and did the Cotton Eye Joe an excessive amount of times. Our next new beginning would be middle school, the fancy new building next door that the grade above us went to and we never saw again. In this new building, we found the older kids, and we hid in the comfort of the 5th grade pod our first year. We performed in Putting on the Hits, took on chorus, and some of us band. The next few years, we tried different sports. Some of us girls competed with each other to make the volleyball team with Miss Poland, or the basketball team with the scary bald coach from the high school that yelled a lot. Those terrible, awkward, race-faced years, where half of the girls are obsessed with a boy band or Justin Bieber, shaped us into the people we would be in our next new adventure, high school. The scary scary old building with no air conditioning. Our middle school selves were filled with nerves as we entered the building in September of 2015. We asked ourselves, would the older kids hate us? Was Freshman Friday really a thing? Was there really a pool on the second floor? Our frightened selves came and we conquered. We joined sports teams, clubs, made new friendships, and lost old ones. We won with every float and mural we made, participated in spirit weeks, class nights, homecomings, and bonfires. We got to know the intimidating security guard whose stern look could quiet down anything. And turns out he's the sweetest guy and gives the best advice. And if you were lucky, you got to meet and taste some of his sidekicks' amazing baked goods. Jess, if you're out there, I would really appreciate some of those mint cookies you made during Christmas, please. Thank you.
Love you, Jess.
We survived the wrath of Mr. Cox in class, or in detention, or if you were lucky, both. We got to know the scary old bald coach who yelled a lot, and turns out he wasn't that bad. Unless you were playing floor hockey. If you take anything from this speech, do not play floor hockey with Mr. Arado. Now we stand here in our caps and gowns, and it is time to move on to our next new beginning. We're all taking different routes. Call it cliche, but Dr. Seuss once said, oh, the places you'll go. But really, oh, the places you will go. You might go off to college, either fins up and stay home, or we might go away. We might jump right into the working world, or we might dedicate ourselves to our country and enlist in the military. Whatever we choose is our choice, and we might be feeling the nerves of a new beginning. We came together today for the last time before we go off on our own adventures. And some of us might be very happy about this ending, and some of us might be very sad. But either way, we're here to come together and celebrate the ending of this adventure and a new beginning. Remember that now we are going to be considered graduates, and it's okay not to be sure how to respond to certain questions. It's always okay to say, I don't know, or I'll get back to you. For example, when your parents ask you when you're going to move out and stop eating all their food, you can say, I don't know. I'll get back to you. Class of 2019, I wish you all the best of luck in whichever path you choose. Thank you for all the memories. And for the record, there is no pool on the second floor.
Thank you, Midori. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce to you the Hampton-based High School Salutatorian, Ava Bianchi. Ava will be attending Muhlenberg College this fall to study performing arts and communications.
Good evening, all. I know ceremonies and speeches often seem to drag, so I'm going to try to keep my speech today as fast as possible. Before I begin my speech, I would like to take a moment to thank the wonderful Hampton-based school district for everything they have done to make our academic journey memorable forever. In addition to that, there are a few specific people that I would like to thank and acknowledge. I think I speak for my class when I thank Mr. Berger for being so devoted to the class of 2019. Although he can't be here with us today, his tremendous influence and his work has had on us should be recognized. Next, Dr. Forsberg. She has taught me many skills for the real world, like organization and professionalism. Dr. F., you have been a great support system throughout high school, and I'm incredibly thankful for that. Next, Senora Drohan. Dro has been the best coach ever, from our team's obsession with the song Thank You Next, to our infinite Christmas present, to our UCA Wordle. But Ms. Drohan has also been an amazing role model to me, always encouraging our team to present the best version of ourselves. Miss Halsey, literally the second mom to all band students, also deserves all the thanks in the world, as well as the iciest human being ever, Senor Carlson, and my favorite go-to girl, Miss Lowenthal. Lastly, for teachers, I would like to thank the one and only Queen Facine for letting me use her microwave and her refrigerator, as well as providing me, Annie, and Bridget with endless snacks. Thank you for teaching us that earth science rocks. My final thank you goes to my mom, my dad, both my grandmothers, Kristen, Eileen, and my day one, Anna, who have miraculously been able to put up with me and my dramatic self for the past 17 years, as well as to my too cool for school brother, Andre. I can't say I will miss your late night drumming sessions. Okay, now on to the speech. Although studying and grades were undeniably important for college and all, let's be honest. None of us are going to remember that stuff. Also, none of us, including me, are going to remember what I said today, even a month from now. So, I'll cut to the chase. The things we are going to carry with us are going to be the experiences we had in Hampton Bays. Like when the cheer team made it to counties twice, each time the football team won the Mayor's Cup, Fiesta Fridays and AP Spanish or Medley Mondays in Carlson's class, when Sylvia and Chris got killed it in the school play, when the band marched down Main Street, USA for the first time in Hampton Bays history, our school pep rally and community bonfire, when Sarah, Marley, Nicole, and Rachel broke the 4x1 record, when Marley made it to states 3 times, each time Patricio dominated the tennis courts, Ollie's insane talent for showing llamas at competitions, the spirit of service demonstrated by Keely Lennon and Nicole Kumon, when our wrestling team became league champs, each time Michael Nicotra tore it up on the dance floor, when Robbie won prom cake, when Jared presented at the National Mesothelioma Conference, when Thomas went to states for hurdles, when we did the Underground Railroad, putting on the hits in 5th grade, when we won class night, or when we went to Frost Valley and DC. All of these things will matter to us for years to come, and they will be the stories that we will get back on. At the end of the ceremony, our high school selves will never matter again. Whether you feel that you were too shy, too crazy, too studious, or even that your talents were never recognized, you can now move forward and become the person that you truly are without fear of judgment, because from here on out, no one will care who you were in high school. However, following the walk through the elementary and middle school, I realized that no matter how much drama there has been, or how much we try to separate ourselves, there is no denying that we all did grow up as one crew of 156 kids, and that's pretty special. I also realized that as much as I all want us to get the heck out of here and experience all of what life has to offer, we should all keep these 13 years in a special place in our hearts, because Hampton Bays will always be here with you. I don't know how we miraculously made it here, but I do know for a fact that the ability to survive all that goes on in those hallways has most definitely equipped us to make us anywhere in life. We are so fortunate to have grown up in Hampton Bays, where we have a very supportive community, and I wish you all an amazing journey. See you peeps at our reunion!
Thank you, Ava. In recognition of your outstanding academic achievement. It is now my distinct pleasure to present the valedictorian of the Hampton Bays class of 2019, Christina Colt. Christina will be attending Binghamton University this fall to study engineering.
evening, everyone. As I start my speech closing my time here at Hampton Bays High School, I'd like to thank some of the people that have helped me to get to where I am today. First, I'd like to thank my family for teaching me to be proud of who I am and where I come from. Thanks for instilling in me a positive spirit, reminding me to never take myself too seriously. No matter how loud and crazy you are, no matter how many times you sing too loud in public places, Dad, I love you guys so much. Big thanks to my awesome boyfriend, Matt. For putting up with me this past year and being my rock through. Thanks to all my friends for all the laughs, dance battles, runs, and overall keeping me sane. To all the amazing teachers from Spanish to STEM that I've had over the years, thank you for challenging me and helping me realize my potential. And lastly, thank you to the class of 2019. We have grown up together for 13 years, and with that, we have helped each other develop into the people we are today. We have all had an effect on one another, whether good or bad, that has developed our mindset and personality. And the crazy thing about that is that we aren't going to realize the true effect we've had on each other until we separate for good, starting tomorrow. It's incredible to think that we are about to begin another chapter of our lives. A new chapter where we are the ones that dictate our actions. A new beginning with new freedoms, new experiences, new people, and sadly, new responsibilities. We will all be leading different walks of life, going to college, serving our country, or starting our careers. During this time of celebration, we are going to hear lots of time-related cliches. One that we hear about all the time and probably don't think much about is, it happened in the blink of an eye. Before this year, I never really thought about it. But now, as we are about to leave high school for good, it's crazy to think how fast time really went. When I think about a blink of an eye, I think about being in 6th grade, especially. The math inside of me was like, wow, I'm halfway done with school. I have 6 years left to go. I had no idea what high school would be like back then. My main hobbies were annoying my little sister and watching Disney Channel. And now I stand before you, about to graduate and finish my final day in public school. That has truly been a blink of an eye. That was 6 years ago. Okay, so here comes a little math. I know this is a little annoying, it's graduation, but trust me, I think you'll find it interesting. So if one blink of an eye is 6 years, where will our next blink bring us? We will be about 24 years old. By then, we will have finished college, started our careers, or we'll be in graduate school. What's another blink? We will be 30. Yes, 30, like, ew. Sorry, I didn't anybody. By then, some of us will be married, have kids, and we'll have started a whole another chapter of our lives. Now, why am I saying this? Why am I scaring you? A hypothetical blink brings us 6 years in the future. It is to emphasize that time is short. We have to recognize we only have one life on this earth, but we better make the most of it. And I know this seems overwhelming, but in reality, the key to living your best life is simple. Do what you want, be who you are, be nice, and have fun. Instead of stressing about the perceived expectations of others, we need to start listening to ourselves. All throughout high school, we've had to create the perfect resume, packed with community service and extracurriculars. As young adults, we need to realize the perfect resume is the one we create for ourselves, filled with activities that we want to do and that make us happy. Do what you want because nobody can tell you how to live your life. The key is how you feel, and no one can see that except for you. Take every opportunity that comes your way to learn new things and get out of your comfort zone. If the voice inside your head is persistent, don't shy away. You should go for it. Chase after your dreams. Your humble days are over. Who is going to fight for you and your dreams if you can't fight for yourself? If there is a will, there is definitely a way. Don't waste your time tearing others down. It is a mere waste. Don't pretend you know someone so well that you feel that you can judge them. For every insult and every name you call others not only hurts the victim, but it also hurts yourself. For every time you degrade another person, you bring down your own character, you degrade your own integrity, and you decrease the standards by which you carry yourself. Don't make noise by spreading negative energy. environment of the room in a positive way, one where everyone can benefit. And on the flip side, holding a grudge is also a waste of time. Forgive. Clinging on to the past will do nothing but hold you back in the future. It's important to remember that everyone lives their own different and complicated lives. By staying open-minded and choosing compassion, there is no way you can go wrong. And finally, don't take yourself too seriously. Life is serious enough. Dance around, have fun, and be yourself. I can't wait to see where the future brings us. Our capabilities are endless. And seniors, it's important to realize that this whole party is to celebrate us and our accomplishments. Take that in stride. We are the ones being honored. And with that, good night, good luck, and congrats to the class of 2019.
Accept this trophy in recognition of outstanding academics. Thank you, Christina. At this time, I would like to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Wise Commencement. I'm jumping ahead in the program. I apologize. I'm sorry. At this time, we have a special musical performance by our graduating chorus members, led by high school choral director Deborah Liso. At this time, would the select members of the high school chorus please join us? We're having small technical difficulties, so we're going to have an a cappella solo by the superintendent.
Never made chorus when I was here in the debate. So we'll swap the order, or are you ready? Okay. All right. So I'm not going to sing, but I am going to say good evening to each of you, and thank you all for being here. Congratulations, as you've heard a number of times, and you'll continue to hear tonight and through the weekend, to each of you sitting under this tent. It's really a celebration for us all, but as Christina said, it is a celebration for the class of 2019. To our educators who sit behind me and who may be out in the field tonight, they celebrate a job well done. To the parents and families who are in the PTSA or PAPA, the boosters, to those who sat at the kitchen table pushing flashcards and homework, 8th grade teachers, homework. To you who worked multiple jobs, moms and dads, with long hours to make sure that your children could take advantage of every Hampton Bays opportunity. To those who you picked up and dusted off, and you dusted off your kids and sent them back out again, who encouraged them to feel a little struggle and to persevere. You are each living tonight the image that you had in September of 2005 as these people boarded the bus to Hampton Bays Elementary School. For the class of 2019, the kudos goes to you. Congratulations for earning the right to step foot into this ceremony. Also with us tonight are many alumni. Over here to the right in the band, we have alumni going back to the class of 1983, Baymen who will still come each year to pick up a horn and play. Alumni among us as guests who are either raising children in the school district or back to celebrate graduates tonight. This is a community school, and we are proud of our community. Finally, among our graduates, how many of you are the last child to graduate with your family from Hampton Bays? That means we say goodbye to those families as well tonight as part of the Hampton Bays school system. You've been with us since kindergarten and pre-kindergarten and all the days in between. And we thank you for your commitment to the public schools, to your kids, and to the destination tonight under the tent. For those of us on this stage, it's one of the greatest honors to work in public education with your children. We get to be with, work for, and enjoy them, even if for tonight it's just a little bit longer. And like a vacation that's coming to an end, or a Sunday night after a great weekend, we start to have that pit in our stomach, that as happy as we are, there's a pit of sadness for what is done and excitement for what's to come. We have that fleeting feeling that we want to cherish these last moments together. And to Ava's point, that's why commencements are filled with speeches, because we want to cram in every last moment we can with something that we might have forgotten to say or something we want you to remember as you leave here tonight. Each year, we try to capture what makes each class unique. For at any time, there's 13 of them in this district. While we share similar experiences, each approach those opportunities differently. They see the world differently, and they succeed and thrive differently. So this too is a unique class, one of professionally published and presented researchers, award-winning musicians, thespians, scholar athletes, champion athletes, servant leaders. There are future dentists, doctors, soldiers and officers, teachers, photographers, journalists, researchers, and maestros under this tent. You've each designed a high school experience that is 100% unique, and that will inform the path ahead. You're the first class that was born in a post-September 11th world. You're one of the first classes to not remember that once upon a time, Hampton Bays only had two schools, the elementary school, and as Midori said, this old building with no air conditioning. That was your normal Hampton Bays, which to so many of us was a new normal. And this new normal, and you didn't know it, and you might not even know it today, offered a lot more than just an air-conditioned middle school. It presented you with the chance to step foot on more than 10 college campuses beginning in 7th grade, provided you new opportunities to conduct applied research, perform on stages, and march down Main Street, USA. to challenge an unprecedented level of advanced placement courses and career and technical programs, and to compete on more athletic teams and join more service and interest-based clubs than ever before. Your normal in Hampton Bays was rich. You earned a spot under this tent because you did some, most, or all of the things that have been mentioned. And tonight, as these 1,000 people who are here cheer you on, please acknowledge what you did to earn the seat that you're occupying. So like David said, I'm going to offer advice too, because we get to do that. Mrs. Clemenson keeps a special trinket on our fireplace that her grandfather gave to her. It's a copper turtle. And over the past few years, I've talked about this turtle because it holds a special place in our home because of the message that Mrs. Clemenson's grandfather once wrote to her. It reminds us to keep our eyes ahead and our goals aloft. The note's simple and scrawled on a Post-it, and it reads, "Behold the turtle, for he only makes progress when he sticks his neck out." Behold the turtle, he only makes progress when he sticks his neck out. So graduates, tonight you stick your neck out. Stick it out for something good, something that will enrich your life, your family and friends, and our society. Put your passions and talents to work and make them count. Figure out what and who needs you to contribute in this world and pitch in. Never introduce the words, "not my job," into your vocabulary, and always have skin in the game, because in this world, with all its great opportunities, also has great need. So if you see a problem and can help, do it. If you don't have a plan on how to accomplish that tonight, it's okay. Attempt something, assess it, and readjust if necessary, and repeat. Yesterday, I read a great quote that I hope will guide your road in that reassessment. Don't worry if plan A fails. There are 25 more letters in the alphabet. As I close tonight, please let me finish where I started. Seniors, we will miss you. As you leave, please never forget that Hampton Bays is your home, and you have every reason to be proud that Hampton Bays is your home. Behold the class of 2019. Congratulations, and thank you for sharing with us the opportunity to have just a few more minutes with you. Thank you. And now for my musical number. The seniors from the select choir. singers. It is now my distinct honor to introduce our distinguished guest and commencement speaker tonight, Jennifer Garvey. Jennifer currently serves as a development manager for Ørsted U.S. Offshore Wind, and specifically the South Fork Wind Farm project. Jennifer's previously worked as the Deputy Chief of Staff at Southampton Town Hall and as the co-founder and Associate Director of the New York State Center for Clean Water Technology at Stony Brook. She studied at both Geneseo and Syracuse universities, but most importantly is a proud 1999 graduate of Hampton Bays High School. Ladies and gentlemen, Jennifer Garvey.
Congratulations, Miss. This is an awesome day. And congratulations, teachers and staff, administrators, parents, and families. Graduation are in so many phases. So hats off to all of you who worked hard to prepare this class. And thank you for the opportunity to join you on celebrating this day. I am here, apparently, this is my opinion. This year marks my 20th year, and this is mostly shocking to me. That's my sibling. I don't really feel old, but I am acutely aware that back in 1999, all of you were not yet born. So, can you hear me now? Okay, I hope you caught me, Joe. So I have some years on you. I was talking about if I'm old, or getting older, 20 years. So I have some years on you, rather, and it is a whole lifetime by your measure, but I want you to know that those years really have been good. The last 20 years really has been good. It has been fun, challenging, at times certainly rewarding, and so as you sit here today and wonder about what comes next, I hope you're excited. I really do. We're obviously celebrating an accomplishment. You're here graduating from high school, but we're also celebrating your future. And I want you to know that your future is great, really great. And I say this because sometimes we talk about the future in negative terms. And that's because folks who are a little older than you tend to lament the fact that times are changing. And obviously we have some, but we can get down, I think, about some of the difficult problems that are before us. But I want you to know that times are changing. They've changed a lot since 1999. Back in those days, find my spots here. You guys did a better job speaking than I did. But back in 99, I was going to say that email was just becoming commonplace, and cell phones were something that like this before had. We listened to CDs and tapes. We used maps, like printed maps, to get around. And thin eyebrows were in, and skinny pants were out. So the fact that, yes, times have changed, and yes, we still have big learning problems, but the fact is we always have and we always will. And you guys are really well educated. So you know this, you studied these problems. You also know that we are very clever about coming up with solutions. And so these challenges before us are really opportunities for all of you. Aside from being a real life from 20 years ago, I'm also here because I have been fortunate to have some really cool jobs working alongside extraordinary people on issues that are pressing, like land preservation and water quality and renewable energy. Right now, in fact, I work for a company whose formal corporate mission is to create a world that runs entirely on green energy. And I think that's pretty I've also chosen to make my life here, my house is 10 minutes away. So these are all opportunities I've had from our home community. And I share this with you not because I want to encourage you to stay, quite the contrary, I encourage you to explore new places if you're so inclined. And I think that some of you will have to go away to realize just how special this is. But if you do leave, you may not come back. And frankly, that's okay. You know, the world has countless opportunities to go get it. But remember that Hampton Bays will always be here for you. And if you do decide to stay because you're happy here, or maybe you go away for a little while and decide to come back, that's perfectly fine too. There really are no right or wrong choices. And many Hampton-based graduates over the years, many, have followed each of the paths, any of the paths that I've mentioned, and gone on to lead very rich and rewarding lives. So wherever life takes you, and here's the punchline, it's going to sound a lot like what Lars said, I really urge you to participate, to take initiative and get in the mix. And I say this for two reasons. First, because it's through these interactions that you're really going to learn how things get done, how decisions are made, and you're going to meet a lot of people. And I tell you, knowing people is truly one of the keys to success and fulfillment. And second, it's because it's your future, and you should be actively working at it, because if you're not shaping it, someone else is. So what do I mean by getting in the mix? It's really simple, and whether you are shy or outgoing, you can do it. You really can. The answer is raise your hand, say yes. Say yes to invitations and new responsibilities. Volunteer your time, your skills, your ideas. Show up at gatherings and talk to people, engage them, hear what they have to say, listen. Support a cause or a project, or maybe oppose one if you think that's what's necessary. Take part in situations that will allow you to show others who you are, what's important to you, and how capable you are. Do all of these things even if it takes you outside of your comfort zone, and it should. In the 20 years since I've graduated, I have been very fortunate. There's been a lot of hard work involved, and yes, you will slog through some life angst. That's just part of the ride, and but I want you to know that each new opportunity has come to, and great friends, has come by working at things that are interesting to me, by getting involved, and these opportunities presented themselves. So, in conclusion, good luck, not that you need it. Make your own luck, really. You're more capable than you know. And I'll say this, if you're headed into the military, thank you very kindly for your service. That's awesome. And if you are headed straight into the workforce, welcome. And remember, it's not how much money you make, it's how much you save. And if you're off to college, this is quite literally a very valuable investment in your career. I am living proof that you can have an amazing time at college and work very hard. So you can do it, take it seriously, and make the most of this opportunity. And wherever you go, get in the mix. Thank you.
Jennifer, thank you. Your presence today has brought distinction and honor to our proceedings, and for that, we are grateful. Thank you for your willingness to be here for our students and the Hampton-based community. And as a token of our appreciation, please accept this gift as a memory of tonight's exercise. Ladies and gentlemen, graduates, I present to you your high school principal, Mr. Richard.
All right, class of 2019, you are one speech away from receiving your diploma. But much like you, I get to have a little fun. Seated before us is an amazing group of young men and women ready for the next challenge in their young lives. Here we have research scientists, actors, athletes, musicians. We have aspiring physicians, engineers, and political activists. We have future chefs, nurses, accountants, and educators. But more than anything, we have baymen that are ready to make a difference in the world. In keeping with tradition, I'm going to share some of their successes with everyone here today. 74 members of this class will graduate today with a Regents Diploma with the Advanced Designation. Six members of the class of 2019 have achieved the Advanced Regents Diploma with honors. By year's end, we had 17 scholar athlete teams with collective averages of 90 or higher. This fall, the class of 2019 will be heading to some of the finest colleges and universities in the nation, including Cornell, Muhlenberg, Syracuse, Binghamton, Albany, Buffalo, Portland, Penn State, Baruch, URI, University of South Carolina, UMass at Lowell, University of Delaware, and Fordham. Congratulations. The journey after commencement will be taking many different forms, from career credentials to employment. 3 members of the class of 2019 will serve this country in the armed forces. When your name is called, please stand to be recognized. Joining the United States Army, Kevin McNamara. Joining the United States Navy, Michael Blanco. And joining the United States Marine Corps, Gayo Gonzalez. Thank you, gentlemen, for your service to our nation. Last week, this class took part in our first ever commencement walk at the elementary and middle schools. It was an opportunity for our graduates to reflect on the journey that brought them here today. Over these years, you made decisions, some important and some fairly small, but they collectively shaped your time in Hampton Bays. You made choices such as chorus or band, French or Spanish, baseball or lacrosse, E-Club or Leo's, NYU or Binghamton, and let's not forget the all-important senior privileges first or second period. These decisions may vary in terms of substance, but they were made under the warm and safe blanket that is and always will be Hampton Bays. Your decisions are now far more expansive in nature, and while making them, I ask that you consider some advice. First and foremost, I ask that you finish what you start, and there's no greater example here than Marley Montague, who left us in January as a graduate and came back to finish what she started in Hampton Bays. Congratulations. Find what makes you happy in the world so that you feel inspired. Look no further than your classmates, Sylvia Roldan or Adam Zimmerman. They model dancing whenever the mood strikes them. Practice your craft, whatever it might be. Consider the precision to which Tommy Pensa brought his musical skills. Or Michael Nicotra's approach. If you don't like the music in front of you, compose your own. Virtually every day for the past 4 years, Robbie McKinnon would approach me or Mr. Ferraro and say, I have an idea. Ideas are the genesis of every major innovation the world has ever witnessed. Robbie, I hope you never lose that spirit, and I hope everyone learns from your example. After all, he is and always will be our prom king. Perseverance can be defined as determination when faced with a challenge. I have seen this every day from Patrick Kelly, who never let anything slow him down. Or Keely Lemon, who channeled her life experiences into teachable moments for every one of her peers. Alan Simpson once said that humor is the universal solvent against all the abrasive elements of life. In the spirit of these words, I encourage you to have fun in your work and in your personal lives. One of my favorite memories this year was running into Gavin Grismer and Sean Noonan before our homecoming pep rally, wearing a t-shirt with a giant picture of my face on it. My initial thought was, okay, these guys have some exceptional taste in clothing. After a few seconds later, or a few minutes later, I walked into the gym and I encountered bleachers filled with seniors wearing them. I know this class knows how to have fun. I know you have a great sense of humor, and I hope you take that into your future and enjoy every bit of what college and career and family has to offer all of you. You're special. You are ready for the challenges of life, and I know you're going to make us all proud. Congratulations to the class of 2019. At this special time, ladies and gentlemen, will Superintendent of Schools Lars Commencement and Board of Education President Kevin Springer step forward to begin the awarding of diplomas.
Words that you're about to hear between Mr. Richard, the school board president, Mr. Springer, and myself, and I'll ask all board members to stand up here as well, are a serious tradition among all high schools in New York State. Under every tent, on every football field, and in each auditorium across the state, whether it was last night, tonight, or tomorrow, these words are being spoken to universally and officially turn these pieces of paper into New York State's authorization to call you a high school graduate. Principal Richard will confirm the readiness of each graduate to me as the superintendent of schools, and then I will proudly verify to Board President Mr. Springer that the Hampton Bays Union Free School District has done its job, and these proud men and women are ready to graduate. Mr. Springer's assurance will be to Albany, for our Commissioner of Education and the Board of Regents, that each of the candidates under this tent are certifiably and proudly considered a graduate of Hampton Bays High School. Let's begin.
At this time, it is both an honor and a privilege to present the class of 2019 to the Superintendent of Schools, Lars Commencement, and to declare that these candidates meet all the necessary requirements for their high school diplomas.
As superintendent of schools and with pride in the achievement, success, and potential of each of our Hampton Bays High School seniors, it's my privilege to certify to Board President Kevin Springer, Vice President Rich Jocelyn, and Board Trustees Dr. Capuano, Ann Culhane, and Liz Scully the eligibility of these candidates present, the class of 2019, for their high school diplomas. On the authority vested in me as President of the Board of Education, I am honored to declare that these candidates present are eligible to receive their high school diplomas from the state of New York and the Hampton Bays Union Free School District, and are entitled to all the rights and privileges pursuant to this. With pride and celebration and the approval of the entire Board of Education behind me, we will begin the conference of diplomas to the class of 2019. Will the Board of Education and Mr. Ferraro please join at the podium to begin? Like what Dory said, one more time for the last time, let's do this 2019. Christina Colton. Ava Bianchi. Midori Delacorda. Adriana Kozar. Domenico Pensa III. Alondra Quiros. Thomas O'Connell. Gabriella Ruiz. Sylvia Roldan. Nicole Acton. Christopher Scott. Ryan Allen. Crystal Amador Flores. Brendis Amaya. Elizabeth Aquino. Juan Aranzazu. David Arrieta. Ava Orbe. Ava has already begun her studies at the Rock School for Dance Education in Philadelphia. Nicholas Asopefa. Batwan Icon. Hunter Baird. Astrid Alfara. Helen Berenduala Perez. Rosemary Blas Pinto. Michael Blanco. Becca Brooks. Eric Blas. Michael Caltabiano. Rebecca Cabrera. Valeria Camps. Genesis Camacho. Julian Cardona. Irvin Canales. Christian Carton. Raymond Carrillo. Brianna Chabla. Griffin Carvajal Rodriguez. Elizabeth Chilikinga. Daniel Chikijian. Nicole Camone. Joshua Clendening. Tashnia Dallas. Tajay Dallas. Matthew Dean. Sia Dawson. Ali Demigian. Jocelyn De Jesus. Skylar Dorchak. Annabelle Dominguez. Michelle Dubon Garcia. Patrick Duba. Edgar Perea Solis. Kevin Eris Kaye. Vincent Farrell. Mariana Fargo. Davis Feliciano. Sarah Facino. Zachary Flynn. Saul Feliciano. Adrian Garcia. Anthony Garcia Morales. Matthew Bruce Godfrey. Joshua Gabensky. Cindy Gonzalez. Natalie Gomez.
Daniel Rosales Gonzalez. Marilyn Gonzalez. Kelly Plumman Casado. Gavin Grismer. Jacqueline Guevara. Teresa Guevara Sanchez. Lindsay Haynes. Chris Gulata. Jordan Haynes. Yoselin Hernandez. Natalie Hernandez. Bridget Hughes. Kaylee Hoey. Keely Lennon. Yesri Jimenez. Brian Lopez Ramos. Amelia Kojulovsky. Dominic Martin. Kurt Lozier. Patrick Kelly. Robert McAlpine. Elizabeth Martinez. Robert McKenna. Zitlali Mauricio Open. Veronica Mazowska. Kevin McNamara. Samantha McEwen. Marley Montague. Kelsey Miller. Jake Montgomery. Esteban Matis. Rodrigo Morales Soliman. Rosalie Moret. Jacqueline Moricha. Yasmin Morales. Melanie Nieves. Jessica Moore-Steela. Mary Rose O'Connell. Michael Makotra. Kevin Osorio. Sean Newton. James Perry. Saul Ochoa Hernandez. Patricio Bula. Johnny Prieto. Jocelyn Quito. Evelyn Quintero Sierra. Rachel Raycroft. Andy Ramos. Gustavo Rivera. Brian Rivera. Melissa Rojas Cruz. Jose Ivan Rodriguez. Nicole Ramon. Santiago Roman Restrepo. Derek Ruiz. Gabriel Romano. Gabriel's diploma will be presented by his mother, Assistant Superintendent Sullivan. Christian Sanchez. Rosie Salazar Barrientos. Julius Sapio. Giovanna Sanchez. Thomas Schumacher. Cameron Stagel. Adrian Sikorsky. Antonio Scotto DiCarlo. Jasmine Soledad Rodriguez. Janelli Soledad Rodriguez. Jared Strecker. Edwin Saronida. Nicholas Terry. Jeffrey Torres. Isabella Torres. Riley Tupper. Haley Troyan. Jamie Urbano de Jesus. Helena Tuttle. Edwin Valenzuela Hernandez. Kelly Valencia. Dylan Von Barfeld. Tiffany Belize Domingo. Jacob Zuniga Reyes. And Adam Zimmerman. The Hampton Bays class of 2019.
Thank you, Superintendent Clemenson, Mr. Springer, and Board Trustees, and Mr. Ferraro. Congratulations to our new graduates. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your participation this evening in our joyous ceremony of academic success. I now ask that you all rise as the high school and alumni band performs our alma mater. current and alumni band members, at this time, Associate Principal Eric Ferraro and Senior Class Advisor Mary Beth Valenti will lead the class in the traditional turning of the tassel. Class, as you move your tassel from right to left, I declare you graduates of Hampton Bays High School, and these proceedings close. Congratulations. Class, please remain standing as the guests on stage and then our graduates exit during our recessional.
Thank you. Too bad.